last swatching and organising video, I showed you how I swatched out my large size Nuvo ink pads and put them into my little Polaroid photo album, which is how I store all my swatches. But I finally got my hands on the new Nuvo Diamond Hybrid ink pads. They're exactly the same formulation as the bigger ink pads, but they've brought out 12 new colours for 2018, and these colours coordinate across their whole range with like their mica mists, the Nuvo glitter markers, the Nuvo glitter drops, their glitters and confettis and everything, so everything matches for this year. But anyway, so I thought I would show you the swatching of these ink pads too, because I haven't actually stamped with them yet at all. And also Tonic have recently brought out the Nuvo stamp cleaning pad and their own stamp cleaning solution as well, so I'm going to use that to clean off my stamps in between. And inside you have two sides that are both the same, so I just used a permanent pen to write wet on one side and dry on the other. You can't really see it, but anyway, so I spray the spray on this side and then dry the stamp off on this side. It works really well, which is really good too. So so all of the new mini Diamond Hybrid ink pads fit perfectly into the Tim Holtz Distress Ink storage tins, which I keep all of my other 1-inch stamp or ink cubes in too. So obviously I bought a new one for these to go in, and there's 12 in the range, so they fit in there perfectly. I've arranged them in a kind of a rainbow order. I like to sort of go like that in my tin. Yeah, so I'm going to start swatching. The ink pads come in packs of 3. Obviously I've opened mine. But they come in nice colour families: Sea Siren, Tropical Fruits, Sunset Serenade and Rose Garden. So you get a lovely selection of inks. And actually, these 3 colours are almost identical to 3 of their Nuvo Aquaflow pens, because I'm sure I've made a background in the past using these 3 colours together, and they match perfectly with those ink pads. So yeah, so they'll match in with your Nuvo Aquaflow pens too. I don't think I mentioned that at the beginning. But yeah, so this is how I'm swatching my ink pads. I'm going to look back. Okay, I placed the stamp in that bottom corner on it, so I'll do that again. So the way I like to do it, I think I explained this in the last one, but I filmed it ages ago, so I can't remember. So I just like to pick a stamp. I use a different stamp for each brand of ink pads. So in this one I've also got all my eyes inks, and I just used a Craft Asylum watering can stamp there. But I'm using this gorgeous, what's it called? Henna Flourish stamp set from Tonic in their Delicate Detail range. I really love this one. So that's why I thought I would use it for my swatches. Anyway, so I'm going to stamp all of them out first, I think, and then I'm going to do all the writing, because it's probably easier that way. So, and the great thing about these ink pads, they have the name on the bottom of them too. So you've got it on the top and on the bottom on the side like that. I mean, I think mini Distress Inks do have it written underneath them, but some brands of ink pad that I have, they don't have any indication of the name on the bottom of the pad, so you kind of got to keep the lids with them. So this one is Spanish Sangria, so I'm going to ink it up. And stamp it in the bottom corner. Oh, look at that colour, gorgeous. This is like almost the colour of my lounge, this colour. Gorgeous. Oh yeah, also, these rectangles that I'm using, I've actually used one of these sizes from the MFT rectangle stitched stacks, but I'm not sure if they sell that anymore. But I noticed that the third die down in the Lawn Fawn outside in stitched rectangles is this perfect size too. So if you wanted to use this method of swatching and get a mini Polaroid album, the third size down in the outside in Lawn Fawn's stitched rectangles would fit perfectly too. just going to clean my mat with a baby wipe. And then I'm going to use this to clean my stamp. So there's probably enough residual of the stamp cleaning spray on this side from the last time I used it. But all you do, take your stamp, rub it over the top, let it clean, then you rub it on the other side and it dries it off perfectly. Ready for your next stamping. So much easier. Okay, so my next one. Yeah, this one is Rich Rosewood. Oh, that's quite nice. It's almost a brownie red, that one. Okay, I'm going to wipe that off. Just dry it off a bit with my hand. Next colour, Carrot Stick. Oh, that's a gorgeous orange. Next colour is Rubber Duck. I love that name. Oh, that's a lovely yellow as well. Gorgeous. Okay, I think I'm going to speed up the rest of me stamping out all of these, and I'll come back to write the names on. Okay, so now I've finished stamping all of these, I'm just going to place them in the order in which I've got them in my box, so that I write their names on in the correct order. There we go. Then I think for these ones, I'm just going to use a biro to write on them. I always just use a biro. But I think I'm going to write Nuvo Hybrid rather than just Nuvo Diamond rather than just Nuvo, so that I know that these are the diamond pads. So Nuvo Diamond, and then this one is Spanish Sangria. There we go. Then write Nuvo Diamond. This one is Rich Rosewood. And then Nuvo Diamond Carrot Stick. Rubber Duck. This one's Polar Ice. And this one is Laguna Bay. I love the names they've come up with for these. This one is Dried Oregano. Nuvo Diamond. This one is Lime Burst. This one is Spring Heather. And this one's Royal Plum. Oops. I've wrote plum like plumbing, never mind. This one's Panama Rose. And finally, Pink Sherbet. There we go. So then all I do is, I think I might keep these separate from the big ones rather than mixing them all in for now. I might change my mind later on, but you can just slip them all in. There we go, all done. Gorgeous colours. Yeah, so I'll just recap again. So I've used, well, I'll just say I've used the third size down in the outside in Lawn Fawn stitched rectangle dies, because I know you can still buy them. And that fits perfectly in the pockets of a mini Polaroid album. They had these on Amazon. I got mine off of eBay because they had this cool cow pattern on it. Yeah, so that's how I swatch my ink pads. That's probably going to be one of the last ink pad swatching videos unless I get any more ink pads, because I've got them all done now. But anyway, yeah, hope you enjoyed seeing how I swatch them. And I find these books so useful when you're trying to come up with a cool colour combination for stamping, or I don't know, because it seems to make me use my ink pads more, because you can easily see all of the colours just right in front of you. So, yep, hope you found this useful. Thank you for watching. Bye.